When you thought it was safe to come back to Spreaker, and here I am. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Almonte Show. I am your host, Donnell Almonte Morris, and I'm just happy to be back on Spreaker. This is basically just a, how can I put it, just a show into the group of things, you know what I mean? You gotta get back up into it, I mean, it's just wonderful. It's just great right now. I hope everybody's doing okay, doing fine. I'm just happy to the point that I'm back on Spreaker. As well as lately, I've been on WiganFM. But let me go ahead and catch you up on what I've been doing lately. I've been on WiganFM, #1 UK station, second in the world. So I've been doing that as of late. So yeah, got that going on. And also right now, currently, I am in college and I'm back in the military. I'm in the reserves. So everything's been going good with your boy. And also got my own place now. Well, I won't say technically my place, but got the place for my bell buddy. So if you wondering, is it just me up on the show and why you're not hearing our homie Mr. Bizarrus, because he moved, but you will be hearing his voice soon or later. But right now you're just going to hear this great voice out. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's just been a long road coming back on this show. I mean, it's just great to be back, and right now I'm sharing all this with everybody on Facebook, and just wait until it come back on. But there's a lot that I want to talk about. I like to call this the sizzler to what's to come, which I will get into it a little bit later in the show. So hear me out for that one. I'm just happy to be back and officially be doing shows on my website, which is at a31ep.com. Once again, at a31ep.com. Don't forget to check out that site, and that you can go ahead and enjoy yourselves and all that great stuff. I'm just pumped and just happy to be doing this show. I mean, just great to be back on Spreaker. It's just great. It's wonderful, Let me explain the reason why I left, quote unquote, abruptly the last time. The reason why I left, I had some other things to deal with and to, catch up on. So that's the reason why I left Spreaker for that time. But now I'm back and I ain't going nowhere. Just to let you know, I ain't going nowhere. So I'm just happy just to be back. But going to the schedule when the Almonte Show is going to come on Spreaker and also on the website, and also share it here on social media, it's going to be on the 15th. That's where it's all going to start. It's going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. It's going to be 6:30 to 7:35 p.m. Central Time. If you're in other time zones, go ahead and adjust those times. Me being a East Coast cat myself, y'all would adjust your time to 7:35, and then the list goes on and on. So, but Central Time, 6:35 p.m. to 7:35 p.m. Central Time, and that's going to start the season premiere of the Almonte Show on Spreaker next week. You're probably wondering why I'm doing the show right now. I couldn't resist. I couldn't help it. Then, not to mention, I'll be doing my homework soon. I might as well just have fun. And then, not to mention, I got new equipment. So, go ahead and sue me. So, I'm just forever blessed and happy to, get back and doing this. But once again, the schedule is going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, 6:30 to 7:35 p.m. Central Time. Other time zones adjust accordingly. That's going to be all the shows that I will be doing for the Almonte Show. So I just want to go ahead and drop that for you. I just can't wait till next week. I probably might pop up and do some shows like these, but it's not officially the premiere of the Almonte Show. It's basically just the appetizer, the sizzler. So don't think if you hear me probably Wednesday, maybe even Friday, maybe even Saturday, that doesn't mean that the season started. It's just me just testing things out and just saying hi. So watch out. February 15th is where it all gets started. 6:35 p.m. to 6:30 to 7:35 p.m. And the next show after the July is going to be on the 17th and the 19th. So watch out there now. So now, also, I did mention that I'm also on WiganFM, which I would love to congratulate WiganFM for being number one. No lie, number one for being the number one internet radio station in all of UK, not just in, but all over the UK. So I'm happy to be a part of that group. I actually got discovered through Spreaker, so there's a lot I can thank Spreaker for. So if it was for Spreaker and me doing shows there, I wouldn't got my show syndicated to WiganFM. So WiganFM, thank you for picking me up, and congratulations for being number one. And I'm happy to be part of the team, and we're number 2 in the world. But let this say, all things are destined to change. But to tune in to this show, one thing I should make note when I do the show on WiganFM is to tell people, because people have been coming up to me and saying, how can we tune into the show? We've been trying, we've been clicking it on our Facebook and it's not letting us go through. Well, download the TuneIn app. Download it, look up WiganFM, and not only will you listen to my show, but you will listen to other great shows. Like the show after mine is Tea Time with AJ, where he plays some good old school music and also today's music as well, with a lot of good mixes. But my show will be on at 8 to 11 a.m. Central Time. Over there in their time is 2 to 5 p.m. over there in the UK. So tune into the show. So if y'all having problems, getting into the show and you can't get through on Facebook when I post a status out, just download the TuneIn app, put in WiganFM, tune in. If you're in Central time zone, is at 8 all the way to 11 a.m. And once again, for anybody who's listened over there in the UK, I'm sorry, it's going to be 2 to 5 p.m. in the middle of the afternoon. So just want to throw that out there. So I just want to let everybody know that this is going to be something. Yeah, it's something great. It's wonderful, and me doing the show by myself, it's okay. It's all right. But yeah, I did before, so it's nothing new. So, but yeah, don't forget to tune into my show on WiganFM. Once again, the times for that show, for the times here, is going to be at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. So, okay, so now I get to, got done with advertising the shows on WiganFM, which is a privilege. Now, let's go ahead and just get into it. I've been going through Facebook. I've been going up and down, And I've been seeing people talking about, the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos for winning. Me being a Cowboys fan, I'm sitting there like, yeah, Cowboys. Don't get it twisted. We're going to be there next year. I'm just going to throw that out there. Spoiler alert for next year. But was the Super Bowl boring? I won't say it was boring. Boring to me. Boring is when, we got 0-3 game. And at first, that's how the game started. But, you had your scoring drives. I mean, defenses win championships. Offenses sell tickets. And it was like, to me, I consider it like a wrestling match, like Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Where you hoping, something going to happen in this match, shit, it never does. But then when they go back at it again, you hoping again that something's going to happen, and it's like, no, why, That's kind of what the Super Bowl was. It wasn't good, but then again, it wasn't bad. It did kept me kind of on the edge of my seat because I was expecting something to happen. And even though sometimes it did, majority of times it didn't, does not make it boring. It did kept people on the edge of their seat. Here's the thing. Where you got so-called critics, majority of the fans, definitely when they're not fans of either team, will say something like that. It was boring. It was a boring game. Here's my question. If the game was so damn boring, when you started getting bored, why the hell you kept watching? I mean, it's a simple question. It's a simple question. Why are you still watching? Why are you sitting there whining, complaining, going on Facebook and letting people know, oh, this game was boring. Oh my gosh. Just turn the TV off. I was watching on the internet. I was watching because CBS, I believe CBS the only, network when they had the Super Bowl that actually broadcast it on the internet, which I think is pretty cool. But I mean, if it's that much of a damn concern to you that it was boring, turn the damn TV off. I mean, it's too easy. I turned the game off when I knew Carolina wasn't gonna come back. I clicked off it and I went back watching movies on YouTube. I mean, come on, people. If you complain that it's so damn boring, why are you sitting there putting yourself through the struggles of trying to finishing the game? So you can just go on Facebook and complain about it. It don't make no sense to me. I mean, it don't. It's not like I had money on the game. I know better than that. I'm not a betting man. I don't like neither teams. But I respect them. The Carolina Panthers came a long way, 15-1. They almost, if they wanted to, they could have came into this game 16-0 if they wanted to. Give credit where credit's due. The Carolina Panthers came a hell of a long way, and Cam Newton had a hell of a season. So Cam Newton should not put his head down for anything in the world. He got the MVP. Everybody predicted him win the MVP when they first started going undefeated. So, I mean, what else can you say? And then the Broncos defense. Hey, and then not to mention they had my boy DeMarcus Ware. Oh my goodness, if DeMarcus Ware, just shades of seeing DeMarcus Ware in that defense took me back to the times where you were with the Cowboys. I was like, man. But the scheme that we got down there now, he wouldn't have fit, because that scheme, that 4-3, even though I'm a big 4-3 fan, I can't stand the 3-4 defense. Wade Phillips got that 3-4 defense, and it works perfectly for DeMarcus Ware. So when DeMarcus Ware went to Denver, I knew that he was going to be a perfect fit, because we did have the 3-4, and that's why he was so dominant. And how he was playing in that game just took me back to when he was with the Cowboys. So I'm happy for him for winning a Super Bowl. But damn, only if it was my Cowboys, man. I mean, I really wanted to win the Cowboys to win a championship for him. So, but everybody sitting there talking, well, DeMarcus Ware, he could be a chance he come back to the Cowboys. No. Even though I wouldn't mind. I think the Cowboys are so far gone into the new way of doing things that DeMarcus Ware will be catching up, and we don't need that. DeMarcus Ware is on a new path. He's with the Denver Broncos. Cowboys Nation, get over it. He's not coming back, and even if it was a chance for him to come back, I want him to stay in Denver. He already just started out his legacy. That Super Bowl right there he started off something new. It's like that one ex that just wants you bad, but yes, you miss her, but you got somebody else new treating you better, treat you like not gold, platinum. Why would you leave that to go back to your other ex, even though she treated you good, but y'all broke up? Why try to start over when you already got something going on right here? And that's how it would feel for me if DeMarcus Ware come back. He be catching up. And that's the last thing you need. That's the last thing you want. DeMarcus Ware needs to stay in Denver. He's starting a new path, new legacy. Get over it. And props to him. Props to him and the Denver Broncos. And also, speaking of ex-Cowboy, our ex-coach, Wade Phillips, which I still think to the day, Jerry Jones premeditated him to be fired so he could have Jason Garrett as the head coach. I'm happy for him. That defensive scheme that he had, picture perfect. And finally getting that Super Bowl and finally getting the recognition that he deserved. I'm happy for him, even though he did it as an assistant coach, as one of the assistant coaches, and as a defensive coach. I'm happy for him. He can finally say, I got over the slump, finally. So I'm happy for him as well. So 2 ex-Cowboys finally touching that Lombardi trophy. Happy for him. I applaud. Congratulations. Now, a lot of people was, root for the Broncos. Like I said, congratulations to the Broncos. This probably might be Manning's last year, and honestly, I don't care. So, but Manning, you cannot deny that man's skills. So, I try to stay away from the Manning and Brady talks because everybody just underrates my boy Romo, but that's for a different time. So I'm not gonna rain on Manning's parade or none of y'all Broncos fans. Parade. Y'all won the Super Bowl. Y'all got a whole year to brag and wear your orange and blue and orange and white, whatever colors you have, and just be like, oh yeah, we won the Super Bowl, woo! And none of y'all can tell me when the last time y'all won a Super Bowl. But I digress. Or remember who your last quarterback that won your last 2. Hint. He's a big part in your organization. I'm not talking about on the field. But I digress. No shade. Now, with the Broncos winning, the big controversy is talking about Cam Newton's walking off. People are getting pretty pissed about it. Legit, if I can say it right, really are mad about Cam Newton getting up and walking out of his press conference. They really got upset. And to tell you the truth, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see not one thing wrong with it. And you probably gonna say, why, Morris? What you mean you don't see nothing wrong with it? What you gonna see wrong with it? Why are you gonna sit there and agree that he should have just walked down the interview? Let me explain something to you. You just lost on the biggest stage there is. Well, one of the biggest stages, But in football, the Super Bowl is it. Not only America's watching, the world is watching. And you just lost your biggest game Everybody thought that you was gonna be Superman. You've been doing it during the whole entire regular season. But as history states, and any freaking athlete that been in this position will tell you, you do not judge the regular season on how you're gonna do in the playoffs, and this includes the Super Bowl. Getting there is one thing. How you play is another. That's just something to go by. What you did in the regular season. It's saying, okay, we're expecting this spark of light. But let's see if they do it. Cam Newton didn't do it. I was yelling and screaming at my computer the whole entire time. I was screaming at it. Why? Because I was sitting there saying, hey, y'all have to get Cam Newton started. Run the football. If you can't run the football, you cannot set up the pass. And when you start going to passing, it's definitely not going to work, because they know since the run is going to stop, what's the next thing you're going to do? Oh, yeah, he's going to throw. And when they started getting Cam Newton going, I was like, okay, this could be a change. I said, y'all got to use Cam Newton. You got to, the reason why y'all got here so far, I'm not going to say about the defense that nobody wasn't mentioning, because the Panthers had a great defense. I believe their defense was just as good as the Denver Broncos defense, but the commentators was just jumping on the Denver Broncos defense like it was the greatest since sliced bread. I'm sitting there like with butter on it. What? The Panthers defense ain't no slouch neither. They barely even said any good things about them. They said a couple things here and there, and that was about it. They always talked about Ward. They always talked about freaking Von Miller. They were sitting there talking about other people on the damn team like they was the hot ticket. They were the hottest thing that you had to see. You had to come to Super Bowl just to see them. And majority of them I didn't even know. And I'm sitting there shrugging my shoulders. What about the Panthers defense? What about them? Number 59. Now, like I said, I'm not a big fan of any of the teams, but I can remember the good players by them. Number 59, you had Newman. You had Harper. You had that other corner on the other side. They were once talking about the Panthers defense like they was the best thing too. But then when it came to this game, they barely even mentioned any of the things that they said about them in regular season. But they kept bringing up everything about the Denver Broncos from defense from the past season. Like, wow, we're not surprised that they're doing this good. Give me a break. But going back to Cam, I'm not trying to get off too much off the tracks. The reason why I believe what Cam Newton, what he did, and was not as bad as people think it is, because you just lost on the big stage. And all these reporters is gonna ask you the same damn questions, but they're gonna word it differently. And that's the thing that will piss me off beyond anything. If I'm just gonna sit there and explain to you, okay, we lost. They came better prepared. Everything that we had ready, they had something for it. They always had a rebuttal. There was nothing I or the team could do. Interview done. Why do a player needs to sit there? Now, I understand during the regular season because there's a game after it. There's no game after the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, it's it. It's over. It's done. It's time to go back home, clean out your locker, and take it on home. And get ready for next season. Last thing you need is a damn reporter or reporters sitting there and asking you the same damn question but wording it differently. We know what you're trying to say. Why did you lose? Why did you lose? What game were you watching? Was that game boring enough that you was on your cell phone tweeting or putting up a Facebook status, or you were just doing something else, maybe even sexting, or maybe you fell asleep or got drunk? something might have happened, because for some reason, why you keep asking me the same damn question, like what happened, what happened, what happened? You tell me. I was in the damn game. And for you to sit there and ask me the same damn question like you just got here, it's a disrespect to Cam Newton. It's a disrespect to him. You're basically asking him the same question. And for people to sit there and say he was unsportsmanlike, it's unsportsmanlike for him to get up and leave. Nobody said nothing when Manning did it. No, nobody don't say nothing. They never bat an eye. But when Cam Newton do it, it's an uproar. First off, what does sportsmanship got to do with a damn interview? I never knew interviewing turned into a sport. First of all, the reporters to get a story is a privilege. I said it, privilege for them to ask questions and get the answers from the athletes. Win or lose, they don't have to. Like with Marshawn Lynch didn't have to go to those freaking press conferences and sit there and give interviews because he's worried about just playing the damn game. It's just crazy how us fans can be so critical on these football players. And there are times where we should be. These are the times where we should just shut the hell up and just let them be them. These athletes should not have to do interviews. They should choose if they want to be interviewed. It should not be you have to. Who cares about the endorsement deals and all that stuff? That's them. That's not us. You got athletes that actually love this game. It's not all about the money. It's not all about the fame. They want to go out on the field and win. It's a privilege for the reporter to talk with these athletes, to ask questions, they get the answers, and a privilege for us to know, the fan, to get the news back and take it in for wherever it is. It's not a must. Not a must at all. It's a privilege. But remember, this is coming from me. I mean, Cam Newton had every right to get up. It's not like he have a history of sportsmanlike conduct. But then let's go even before the Super Bowl start. I mean, everything was coming at the woodworks for this guy. I mean, they was calling him thugs. They was sitting there just belittling him. Bringing up that time when he was with the Auburn about the parent, they paid him to play football and all that stuff, all those scandals and all that stuff, which he was acquitted for. Some people just can't leave the past in the past. And I'm just dumbfounded. But is there a point where you should bring up somebody's past? Yes. There are points, but not all the time. And this one shouldn't even be even thought of. I don't even know why the people sitting there calling him thug, just because all during the regular season, every time he got a touchdown, he did an end zone dance. He did the dab. Okay. And like he said, if you don't like it that much, keep me out the end zone. The Broncos defense made sure of that. Can't tell me if I'm wrong. But for everybody and their mamas to sit there and criticize this man for getting up and walking away, sitting there saying he was butthurt. Yeah, hell yeah, I would be butthurt too. You would be butthurt too. For anything that means so much to you. And having somebody else win it or take it away from your hands, wouldn't you be a little butthurt? On the biggest stage there is, the Super Bowl. And you lose. And I'm not talking about not by 1 point. You lost by what? 14 points. 24-10, yeah. By 14 points, you lost. I'll be butthurt too. So for anybody to sit there and throw shade at freaking Cam Newton for walking out, shame on you. Sit your ass down and just enjoy the damn game of football. And for the critics that sit there and say that shit, don't be mad just because you can't put on the uniform. And also all those other players that sit there and they join the NFL network, all those other athletes that never done much in their damn career. If they say anything about Cam Newton, what Cam Newton did was wrong, shut up. Don't get mad because you never made it to Super Bowl. I know there are some other analysts on the NFL Network or any other, sports outlets that talk about the NFL that actually did make it, actually did win, and they believe that what Cam Newton did was wrong. Shut up, too. Just shut up. You're not in that man's shoes. If you lost before, you know how it feels. If you haven't lost before, shut up. At least you could go back home and look at your Super Bowl ring or your Lombardi trophy that you keep in your mantle. Maybe you keep it. You probably sleep next to it in bed every night. Sitting there and say, yes, never leave my hands. We know it's never going to leave your hands. You want it. But don't sit there and criticize a man who's not going to go home with the Lombardi trophy and knowing that he going to get asked the same question over and over again. What Cam Newton did, I won't say it was right, and I'm not going to say it's wrong. He got up and he left. If you're going to sit there and say he was butthurt about it, tell me, wouldn't you be butthurt? Would you be mad? You just lost. You tell me. And when did an interview is anything dealing with sportsmanship? I want somebody to come back and look that up for me. Come back and tell me about that. I'm still trying to figure out that crap as I'm talking about it. I mean it's ridiculous. And I'm not even a big Carolina Panthers fan. I don't like the Panthers. Can't stand them. But I did pick them to win. Because of the fact that people sit there call Cam Newton a thug and not giving this man the props they deserve. He was going to win MVP. We all knew that. But give the man a damn fair shake. Even in his time of glory to his time of pain. Because this is what he's going through. Pain. That agony of defeat. Give him his respect. Anybody would have done the damn thing he would, that he done if they was in his shoes. Put yourself in his shoes. You would have got up and left too. I know I would. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even showed up for the interview. I would be so bad. My tail would have thank each and every one of my guys. Thank each and every one of them. To the starters, to the backups, to the assistant coaches, to the head coaches. Even the small little guys, the docs. The water boy and water girl. Even everybody that's back at the headquarters. I will give each and every one of them a call. Thank you for everything. And then after that, go to the locker room. Take a shower. Get into some regular clothes. Get my family. Because I know they're going to be more upset than I am. And leave. Well, hold on. Wind back. Thank the fans. Any fan that has on my team's jersey or my jersey, go up to them. We give them next year. Thank the fans. Social media. If you want in person, let them know. Then after that, go to my family and head on out. That's what I would have done. So those reporters lucky that Cam Newton came to the interview. So Cam Newton, you got nothing but my absolute respect. Let's see if you come back stronger next year, and I won't doubt it. Y'all probably won't start on a high note like y'all did this season, but next season y'all gonna be competitive. I will say that. So like they say, y'all had a pretty good season. So not knocking y'all not one bit. And Cam Newton will recover. And what Cam Newton did, that was on him. I'm not saying that was right. I'm not saying that was wrong. But I ask you this, like I already said earlier. If you lost on the biggest stage, no matter if it's the Super Bowl, the Daytona 500, the NBA Finals, any big event like that, when you feel a little butthurt and not want to talk to nobody, come back at me with that answer to that question. I'll wait. So enough about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl NFL season is over. Everybody clean out their lockers and get ready for next season, which is going to be coming around in September. I'm not even counting the preseason. You know that boring preseason. Who's going to start? Who will we go on cut? No, all that stuff. So we're not even going to talk about that. Now, we get to my favorite part. Speaking of season, like they say, one season go, another season starts. Well, another season starts. And I'm not talking about the NFL next season in September. I'm talking about NASCAR, baby. Yes! NASCAR season starting in full swing. And I am going to try. And watch every single race I can this year. Last year I was horrible with it. I barely caught a race here and a race there. I can't keep doing that. I got to be engaged into it. But I do got good reasons why I was not that much engaged. Was because my boy Biffle, man. I don't know what's going on with Jack Roush. I think it's just NASCAR just stopping Roush Racing from just doing anything. Well, Roush Fenway Racing from doing anything. I believe NASCAR just trying to keep Jack Roush down the best way they can. I believe it is an inside conspiracy. I do believe that. I'm not going to try and get all Alex Jones about it, but I'm being for real. Because when freaking Jack Roush, when all his motors swept Daytona, actually going on 2 years back to back that they swept Daytona with Ford wins. NASCAR always changed the rules, and they got a new rules package where it's more downforce now. They already took down the spoilers some more. They went down from 7 inches to, I believe, 3.5. So it's going to be a crazy year this year. But every time a Ford wins, NASCAR would come up with a new rule just trying to stop them from winning. And I'm just so sick and tired of seeing all these damn Chevrolets win. And the only reason why Chevrolets win so much is not because they're the strongest cars or the best cars out there. Is because the rules are geared toward them. It's not geared toward the others. Like, even though I can't stand Yodas, it's geared more to Chevys. And every time a Toyota wins, like it takes like 3 wins for a Toyota win for NASCAR to be like, oh snap, we gotta do something. We gotta calm them down. But if like somebody like freaking Harvick wins, or somebody like freaking Kurt Busch wins, it's all good in the neighborhood. Or if Jimmy Johnson wins, oh, it's definitely great. I mean, it just sickens the hell out of me. But this year, I know my boy Biffle's going to pull out all the stops this year, and they are already talking about retirement this year. They even talk about Greg Biffle retiring. I mean, what? Look here. Only time you should even mention anything about retirement if it comes from the driver himself. And if it's not coming from the driver himself, at least Gordon had the gall to sit there and say, this last year was his last year. Yeah, last year was last year. And then Stewart said this year was going to be his last year. See, that's the difference. But when no driver ain't saying nothing, don't sit there and make no articles about drivers that's possibly going to retire. Who write things like that? Biffle's not going to retire no time soon. No time soon. I believe it's going to depend on how he does this season. And I believe Jack Roush got his act together. or NASCAR got the act together. Whatever. Because this year, this is going to be a make or break for Roush Fenway Racing. Because they was the worst team last year. Hands down, the worst team. So, this will be a big, this whole entire season will be a big deal for Roush Fenway Racing to have a pretty good season. They have to get a win. They get a win. I'm not sitting there saying this season, everything is turned around with their organization. I'm not saying that. But just getting a couple wins here and a couple wins there, if they get at least 5 wins, it's something to build on. It's something to build on. It's something to smile about. It's something to smile about. We got something here and all that stuff. If you just get a win, it's something to build on. It's a lot of building, but at least you get a win. But let's see how they're going to do at Daytona. Jack Roush kind of got, well, I won't say kind of. He does have a stranglehold over Daytona now with him and Yates engines. With Yates powers under there and Jack Roush torque and all his toolage and Yates insights, they got a tight stranglehold on a very tight stranglehold on Daytona. So hopefully, just hopefully, and I mean that with all my heart, that they could do something this year. They could do something. So right now, hold up. Got a message. Hold up, let me see something. Let me see. Well, I'd like to, here we go. See if I got a message going on. Oh my goodness, my battle buddy David Goza. Racing doesn't, well, only thing I gotta say, Mr. Goza, battle buddy, for you sit there saying racing sucks, then you must swallow, Jack. So get that out your throat before you say anything to me. But how you doing, man? Hope everything's going fine with you, dog. But let me go ahead and just be happy that Daytona 500 is around the corner. Right now, I'm trying to figure out when the sprint is gonna come on. I can't say the sprint. I'm so used to saying like the Bud Shootout. I'm still sticking to it, the Bud Shootout. But sprint being a sponsor and all that stuff. I guess you just gotta say sprint. Yeah. Oh well. Cool. Fine. I think it's gonna be this Saturday, so I'm hopefully gonna be watching it. But I know my boy Biffle's not gonna be in, so like I always do, be rooting for them Fords, baby. Hopefully not hopefully. I know that the Fords gonna be strong, like they always are every year since they got a stranglehold of Daytona, or as I call it, Fordtona, that they will have some strong engines coming to Daytona. So I got my fingers crossed. So hope my boy Joey Logano can pull off one over Brad Keselowski. But let me talk about the controversies that I'm going to expect that's going to carry on to this year. Expect more tension between Kenseth and Joey Logano. As y'all all saw, honestly, I think, congratulations to Kyle Busch, by the way. Even though I can't stand him, I'm happy that he won the championship. But, what Matt Kenseth did, ever since Matt Kenseth went to Joe Gibbs, he became kind of cocky, like his shit doesn't stink, and that he can just go ahead and just because I won 5 races, I can win anything. I'm untouchable. This is a dude that got intimidated by Carl Edwards. He got pushed by Jeff Gordon. And then all of a sudden, just because I don't know what happened between him and Keselowski at the one race at Charlotte, he gonna jump and try to attack Keselowski. Oh, you hit me, you pushed me. Where were you when all that stuff happened with you with Gordon? When Gordon sit there and pushed you, he got out the car and pushed you And you ain't did nothing, but you gonna do something to Brad Keselowski? For real? Matt Kenseth ain't nothing but a bitch. And sitting there taking out not Keselowski, and then taking out Joey Logano, his teammate at Charlotte, just because freaking Joey Logano bumped him because he kept blocking. I had a friend of mine sit there trying to argue the point, well, he shouldn't have bumped Matt Kenseth. I'm like, dude, what race were you watching? That dude was blocking Keselowski the whole entire time down the backstretch. Yes, I would have bumped the fuck out, not to mention I had the fastest car on the track. So get the hell on out my face. Matt Kenseth ain't nothing but a little bitch. And I want somebody to sit there and message that to him. I said it. Just because you got that, driving that Yoda, and left the real mate a Ford, I would have gave you a little bit of, credit for switching to a Chevy. At least that's American, unfortunately. Still a bitch. And you took Joey Logano's chances of winning the championship. Only thing I gotta say is fuck you, Matt Kenseth. If anybody listening, any women listening right now, excuse my language. So I truly do not like Matt Kenseth. So that's the controversy I will see go on, and I believe that Joey Logano got a little something in store for Matt Kenseth. So any Matt Kenseth fan or Joey Logano hater out there that wants to be like, oh well, we can't stand Joey Logano and all that stuff, don't be surprised when my boy have retaliation for that ass. And I'm gonna be there laughing. But I'm gonna go ahead and listen. I'm right now looking at the message board where my bellboy's putting right now. It's all good here. I'm a correctional officer, bro. You don't even have, man, I know that likes racing. I miss you. Yeah, I miss you too, goes. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and talk about my boy right here, goes. I think he's still listening right now. Hopefully he is. This guy here, a real good friend of mine. Been a while since I seen him. He need to come down here and visit a brother sometime. All that stuff. So he's a correctional officer and all that stuff. Don't worry, you ain't gonna find nothing on me, okay? I met him through the IOU and the A6 Cash, and we've been good friends ever since then. And check it up on your Facebook, dog. I'm not stalking. I just watch the stuff that's on my news feed. Like, I love what I'm seeing with your, new family, with your wife and with your kids, man. Hope everything keeps going well for you, dog. You just need to come down, visit. You can even bring them. Shoot, me go down to Nashville, get drunk, So I hope everything's going good with you, man. So yeah, but yeah, you need to send me some more material, man. I remember that little group you had. I mean, how's that going? If it's going well, I need some music to put up on here, okay? Definitely when I do this show. Could put you on the show for WiganFM, just to put that out there for you, but yeah. But also, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I do want to say about this show, you can also put right in the chat room as well. I will be looking at it. I will be answering all your questions. Also, responding to what y'all be saying, what y'all be talking about, and all that great stuff. So I'm just going to throw that out there to you. I just don't want to just ramble on so you can hear this nice, sexy voice just talking, not hear what y'all have to say. So I just want to throw that out there to y'all. So, but yeah, for the Daytona 500, I'm so happy that is finally upon us. Greg Biff gonna have a much better year, so I'm gonna make a prediction right now. Greg Biffle, the number 3, and I'm not talking about Dale Earnhardt. Number 3, he will have 3 wins, and he's gonna make the chase. He's gonna make the chase. I don't have him winning the championship, but I have him making the chase with 3 wins. And hopefully, no, not hopefully, one of those wins is going to be the Daytona 500. He's going to shock the world. Everybody going to say Junior this, Junior that. Let me tell y'all something about Dale Jr. And y'all going to get mad. You can go ahead and tell your friends what I'm about to say about Mr. Dale Jr. Not taking away from the man's skills. He's the most overrated driver that's in NASCAR as we speak today. I will say Jimmy Johnson, but he got the championships to back it up, and then also the wins. I can't get mad at him. I can't stand his ass, but I can't get mad at him. The reason why Dale Jr. is so overrated is because of his last name, Earnhardt. Every time you go in a restricted plate race, I'm so sick of hearing him talk about Dale Earnhardt Jr. He drives just like his dad. He's the Pied Piper. Here's the reason why he's the Pied Piper, because he got stupid dumbasses that sit there and draft with this cat, and they sit there and still whine and complain about him winning on these damn tracks. Here's the thing: stop helping them get to the front. Everybody jump on Gordon when he was coming up to the front. They finally get it when you get going up the front. There's no way you passing them. Then they just jumped on and be like, hey, let's take Gordon in the back. Let's not help him out. Worked. They did the same thing with Jimmy Johnson. Worked. They definitely did with my boy Joey Logano. Worked. When Mark Martin was racing, they did to him. But no, Dale Jr., we have to work with Dale Jr. Let's hopefully he pushes us up. Yes, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not crapping on his skills. He knows his plate tracks. He will push you up to the front like nobody's business. I'm not going to deny that. But when you get that man up at the front and then after the race whine, complain, saying you sick and tired of seeing Dale Jr., that tells you keep his ass in the back. I would turn on Junior's ass faster than any goddamn thing. When we get up to the front, when we finally get there, we first and second, just when two lines, when he about to go down to the other line, I'm passing his ass, and that whole entire line is coming with me. That's how you got to get Junior. You have to make Junior become the push car. You cannot be pushing him to the front. But tell me what other places Dale Jr. had dominated other than restricted plate races. The restricted plate races I'm talking about is the only two that we got on the schedule: Daytona and Talladega. Tell me what other tracks Dale Jr. have dominated. I wait. That's right, none. I'm so sick and tired of hearing people sitting there saying, well, it's Dale Jr.'s year. Dale Jr.'s year to do what? Went on tracks that he never won before. Wow. Dale Jr. be lucky to have a track that he won more than once on. And I'm going to say this for the record. And you, like I said, a lot of people going to get mad what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. It ain't fact, it's the truth. Dale Jr. will never win a championship as long as he stays with Hendrick Motorsports. I'm going to say that again. Dale Jr. will never win a championship as long as he stays with Hendrick Motorsports, because Jr. is bigger than Hendrick Motorsports. Jr. is his own entity. And NASCAR had categories. Dale Jr. will be his own category. It will be the Earnhardt category. Jr., not his dad, just him alone. Why do he need Hendrick? Dale Jr. can start his own racing right now as we speak, and I guarantee, and just by him having his, well, he already got his own motorsports, JR Motorsports, just by him going alone and bring his team into the freaking Sprint Cup series like he's doing in the Nationwide. Just by doing that alone, his percentage of him becoming the championship in my book goes from freaking 25% already to 75%. That's pretty damn good. That's a pretty big jump for you to have a chance to win a championship in my book, to tell you the truth. He will never win a championship as long as he stays with Hendrick. Hendrick may got the best. He's the Chevy man. I get that. Got it. Good. But he will never win a championship as long as he stays with that team. Dale Jr. need to strike it on his own. It's about time. You're about what, 40, 41 years old right now. It's time for you to start thinking like your dad did. Have my own racing, which you already have, and go ahead and jump ship. It's not even jumping ship, your own ship. And I believe Hendrick ain't gonna win another couple championships in another 5 years. Gordon's gone. Jimmy's finally hitting his peak. Everybody talk about Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is a bad dude. Don't get me wrong. That came from Junior Motorsports, by the way. But throw the anointing oil on him saying that he's going to win a championship already. No. I give that kid about, like I said, 5 years. And don't expect Junior to win a championship no time soon because he ain't winning it this year. He is going to win at least one restricted plate race, but Daytona 500 is one of them. Junior going to make the chase. I will give him that. He's going to make the chase this year, but it's going to be like hairy close that he's going to make it. And that's my opinion. But the truth is, he will never win a championship with Hendrick. I'm not saying there's not championship capabilities for him to win. He just got to strike it on his own. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I'm saying. But I know the Daytona 500 is going to be, I think out of all the years watching, I think this is going to be the most watched one in a while. I just got that feeling. It's going to be the most watched one because after last season was crazy with the new format, which I like. I like the chase format where it should be, every car should get eliminated. It should not go by damn points. It should go by, if I win this race, I win the whole damn thing. And if I don't win the race, I'm finishing ahead of you. And not relaxing on points. No. So I'm happy that they kept the chase like it is. It's unique. No other series is using it. I'm happy that they put it down through all the other series as well. As much as I want to go and talk more about NASCAR, I gotta save that for another day. This is me just doing the sizzle. But I'm telling y'all, this NASCAR season is gonna be wild. I'm telling you, it's gonna be wild, epic. Yes, and I can't wait. So enough about NASCAR season. Like I said, I got Greg Biffle, my driver, with 3 wins and making it in the chase. I don't know if he's going to win the championship this year, but if he does, I'm going to be ever so happy and freaking excited. But I got him with 3 wins and making the chase. So that's enough of me about NASCAR. Now the last part of the show, I want to talk about one that took me by surprise, but then again, kind of didn't took me by surprise. Hearing the retirement of Mr. Daniel Bryan, as y'all may know, Mr. Daniel Bryan, WWE superstar, and also 2-time world champion. He officially hanging up the boots after injury with his neck injury. Went through 2 doctors that said that he was good to wrestle, but WWE doctors said that he was not cleared to wrestle. So Daniel Bryan just said, F it, I'm just going to retire. And honestly, it's a very sad day in wrestling. Very, 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 very sad day in wrestling. I believe I'm sorry. Not gonna wood. I believe WWE did not want Daniel Bryan anyway. Daniel Bryan, out of Austin's what? Daniel Bryan's yes. I mean, a simple chant, yes, yes, yes. It's still being used in every freaking live event. It don't even have to be a WWE event. Look it up on YouTube. Google it. This man became a cultural icon overnight with just that simple chant or no. This man did it. He did it. And for him to end his career not even on his own terms is ridiculous. And WWE don't want to see somebody like that striding wrestling anyway. He was short. He had a beard. He wasn't tall. He wasn't built like an ox. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, WWE is getting so sad as of late. And for them to get rid of somebody, a workhorse like that, man, like right there. I mean, me being a short man, I was rooting for him. I was rooting for Daniel Bryan. I was sitting there saying, Daniel Bryan, represent for the short folks. Represent for anybody who tried everything in their life, who just want to give up. He was that one role model for people like myself with anything in my life, like me doing this. to keep going, no matter what they say, no matter what the establishment says. And he did that. I mean, give the man some credit. Give the man what he wants. Sorry about that, ladies. I'm just scooting up the chair. Let the man perform. If he can perform in the indies, and make it work there, then he come into your organization and he make it work there, and then all of a sudden he have an injury. And he already had 2 doctors trained professionally. Professional doctors say that he could do it. And then y'all just turn y'all backs and say, no, we can't do it. Come on, give me a break. That means y'all didn't even want him in the first place. If that was somebody like Roman Reigns or somebody like Seth Rollins, they would have just been like, hey, take all the time you need and you definitely going to come back. I mean, WWE just sickens me. I mean, it's just seeing that just make me not want to watch wrestling. I mean, I won't say not all wrestling, because I do like TNA, even though they're catching up. They're trying to catch up. I mean, but it's just ridiculous where WWE do not give guys like that don't fit their mold a chance at all. What is up with the fans? They gotta be tall. They gotta be built. They gotta be, stronger. It's bad enough they don't have a black champion. They will never have a black WWE champion. Not a world champion, WWE champion. Never. And then this. I know they probably never gonna get a black one, but at least you get somebody close enough that I can relate to. It's ridiculous. Vince McMahon, Triple H, and Stephanie should be kicking themselves. And just seeing stuff like this just proves CM Punk's pipe bomb that he did on them even more true. Pushing Roman Reigns like they do it's kind of like, fans, take it. You're gonna like it anyway. You're gonna love it anyway, and nobody's falling for it. No disrespect to Roman Reigns. He's a damn good wrestler. He's not that good on the mic, but that dude is athletic as hell. But the push, come on. They're gonna try to give Roman Reigns, as I'm seeing it, the same storyline as Daniel Bryan, which is a slap in Daniel Bryan's face, where he tried to win the belt but never could. But one of these days he gonna shine in the light. Then bitch, he shines in the light, and then something else happens. They gonna give him the Daniel Bryan story, which it's garbage. I mean, it's ridiculous. So now you probably say, you're not going to stop watching, which is true. I'm not going to stop watching, but it make me not want to watch anymore. But still, it's not going to stop me. I'm probably not going to watch in a while. But then who you got? Only group I got is the New Day. I like the New Day. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Yes, I ride with the New Day. New Day is not that bad of a group, even though I did not see them as being a face. I mean, want to talk about stereotypes, might as well add freaking watermelon to that mix, Here, guys, try watermelon. Make it entertaining. Sugar and jiving, boss. I got it. Even they kind of doing that with their, gig now. But I digress. I digress. Okay, I digress. At least they're entertaining. They are entertaining, and they're also good in the ring. But Vince is not going to put another belt on them. So even though they're all the World Tag Team Champions, he's never going to have a faction, definitely of color, have all the belts. That ain't never going to happen. But right now, that's the only team I'm riding with. I kind of do like Seth Rollins, Hopefully he come back. Who else? Who else in the WWE? I do like the Usos. I do like the Usos. Now for the Divas division, don't get me started on that. Even though I do watch Total Divas, yes, I do watch Total Divas. Damn, those girls are fine. I think their show is more entertaining than their matches. Okay, go ahead, shoot. Go ahead, shoot. Go and sit there and say, why you sitting there watching women's shows? I'm gonna tell you why I watch women's shows. Because there's a lot of women up on there, and they're sexy as hell. And I love looking. Because you know why? I am a man. I'd rather watch that than watch some other crazy stuff where there's a bunch of men sweating and doing all sorts of stuff. Pause. That's why I like watching women's shows, because they're gorgeous as hell. I'm sitting like, dang, she fine. That's gonna be a new man sport. Trust me. Ain't like some of y'all never looked at a freaking catalog full of Victoria's Secret models. Yeah, I know who y'all are. Looking at the magazine, even though some of them girls got no meat on their bones. They probably never ever gonna invite me to a Victoria's Secret fashion show. One of them girls coming to me, hey, I know you. I said, yeah, I know you too. Hey, hold up. Here, I got this for you. Here's a Subway sandwich, 12-inch. Here you go, with all the fixes, all the trimmings. I'd be so wrong. I said, girl, you need to put some meat on your bones. I'm afraid I might break you in two just by looking at you. So yeah. But back to wrestling. The most funniest thing about Total Divas is when they actually have the match, when they have their matches, and how they edit it. They always have the crowd cheering. Spoiler alert, the crowd don't cheer. It's almost close to a cricket. Sometimes they be chanting the commentators' names of Michael Cole, freaking JBL. They ain't mentioned Saxon's name, and I wouldn't even mention his damn name. Mexican freaking, what do they call it? Where they all put their hands up, you know, woo! The Mexican wave. I think I said it wrong, but it's close enough. The Mexican wave. And I mean, they're not doing that because the match was entertaining, and they're doing that because the match is boring as hell and there's nothing else to do. The match haven't been entertaining since freaking Lita and freaking Trish Stratus. Those days, Ivory, Jackie, even Stacy Keibler can wrestle better than half those women up in there. But Naomi, they're never gonna push Naomi. Just another sister with an attitude. That's it. Which sucks. But I'm making this all racial and stuff. But again, it is all racial. To me, it is. It's ridiculous. I mean, freak. If they give Naomi the championship, they're probably going to let her have it for just probably about 6 months. Lucky to get a year. And then, just like they did with Alicia Fox, after they lose it, they never win it back. And it's in distant memory. It's like that case in point of like, you can't say we never had a black champion. We had one. That 1 year, remember? Like it's supposed to make everything right. Yeah. But y'all probably sitting there saying, why are you making a racial thing? Well, like I said, you just gotta watch it for what it is. And honestly, I would go up to Daniel Bryan and say, Daniel Bryan, you know what they just did to you? How does it feel to be a black man? Because that's what WWE just did to you. They just kicked your ass to the curb when you remain loyal to them. If I was Vince, I would try anything to talk to the doctors to be like, well, actually you pay their salary. A good one at that. He's wrestling. He's wrestling. That's why you got a contract. You wrestle at your own risk. And this also should push a union with the wrestlers. It's been talks about it all last year. I guarantee you, if they would have had a union around this time, Daniel Bryan would be wrestling tonight. Right now, Monday Night Raw is on already. I mean, they would be wrestling. He would be in the ring right now. But unfortunately, he's going to be in the ring and he's going to have to retire. It's a very sad day in wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. It's very sad. And this is why WWE ratings declining. They're trying to throw stuff against the wall, trying to make it stick. Sometimes you can't keep. Sometimes some shit's gonna stick. The rest is just gonna fall down. Even the ones that stick eventually falls. WWE gotta do something. Now I know they got writers from like movies, they did movies, television shows, also. That's all good and all, but leave it in the wrestlers' hands. Don't sit there and overstack the creative with these people from Hollywood. Yes, this is sports entertainment, I get that, but it seems like it's more entertainment than the sport itself. We should have more wrestlers in the creative side and have few of the people from Hollywood. They should give the concept, and the wrestlers should be the ones that sit there and implement how it should go. Which wrestlers are right for the part, or right for this angle. I even know that. Hollywood, guys that from Hollywood, you make the scene. The wrestling side of creative, these are wrestlers that can do it. These are wrestlers that can do it and they can make it happen. That's it. Where the people from Hollywood sit there and picking. This is not a movie. This is a show. And people like Daniel Bryan is always going to be kicked to the curb. Or they just wait for them just to hurt themselves or slip up. Basically, just letting them, pull their own rope and hang themselves and watch it happen and pretend that it never did happen and then say to yourself. So me as a wrestling fan is just a sad day. But ladies and gentlemen, that's a taste of what you would get with the Almonte Show, and I am happy to have certain people listening to the show. I'd like to thank you. Don't forget to tell a friend about this and all that great stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to go. Now I'm probably gonna be doing some of this, appetizers shows for you once in a while, so watch out. But in case you didn't know, this is the final thought. And here's my final thought. Tune in to a special Wednesday edition of the Almonte Show on WiganFM, which the time will be. Hold on, if I could just. Here we go. The time will be 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. Hold on, let's see. Give me folks. Yes. Correction. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Wigan FM. If you have any trouble getting through, if you follow me on Facebook on Damn Entertainment, or follow me personally at Almonte31. Follow me on Facebook and also follow the show on Facebook as well at Damn Entertainment, and also our website at A31EP.com. Once again at A31EP.com. Don't forget to check the stuff all there, making upgrades every now. Once again, tune into a Wednesday edition of the Almonte Show on Wigan FM at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Download the TuneIn app on your phone, on Android and iPhone. So go into the App Store or Google Play Store. Download the TuneIn app, look up Wigan FM, and tune in to the show. So this was just a taste, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to tune in to the season premiere of the Almonte Show on Spreaker, the 15th of February 2016, 6:30 p.m. to 7:35 p.m. Central Time. Don't forget to tune in. Once again, the 15th of February 2016, 6:30 p.m., 7:35 p.m. Central Time. Check your boy out. But let me go ahead and leave you with this final thought. No matter what life throws at you, you can duck, you can dodge it, you can just go ahead and run into it. But realize whatever life throws at you, learn from it. No matter what it is. No matter if everybody in the world is against you and they throw it at you. Just learn from it. Just learn that I'm not going to hang around these type of people or put myself in this situation, or I know better next time. Because, ladies and gentlemen, just because you had this problem happen to you one time does not mean that it will never happen again. You can say it never happened again. I still say never, never. You know? But when it comes back again, you will learn from that first time to going into that next time. You will know better. It will be bad as the last time. Maybe you can get through it together without even getting scarred, without even getting people to sit there and say all the bad things about you when you make it through that situation. Won't even faze you. So whatever you're going through in your life, like I just had my grandma, she passed away on Sunday, and I know she's in a better place right now. There are times where I wish I could have just spent more time with her, but at least I still have those times where me and her just chilled and enjoy each other's company. I still got those memories. And I know wherever she's at, she's in a better place. And she's finally reunited with Grandpa. And that always gives me comfort. And it'll still to this day give me comfort. And I learned from that situation that she always loved me. And I know for a fact she never stopped loving me. And the same goes for me. So if I have somebody else and I know it's going to happen, it's something that I can't avoid, is when I lose somebody else that's close to me. I know for a fact that they never stop loving me. And even though they're gone, they know I never stop loving them. And that's the peace that I keep with me. That peace. It don't have to be me seeing them for the last time on their last breath. It could be just spending time with them a week before, day before, 5 days before. It doesn't matter. Just learn from that situation so you can prepare for the next. And I promise you, everything will be alright. And that'll do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I got to go. Don't forget to tune in to more of the Almonte Show. I'm already having fun, so. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to hit on. Don't forget to tune in, WiganFM. Don't forget to tune in to the Almonte Show Wednesday edition. I will be in his house. Be there, ladies and gentlemen, and ask me. And remember, we discuss you side. Catch you later. As for me, Almonte Morris, you have a good one. Bye.